This is right by us. This wasn't like this not too long ago.
Never.
Now the shopping center's loaded with black lights.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
What the hell is that?
That's not good. Remember to read your veins if you took the quaxines. What the hell is this now? They got black lights and purple lights all over the place in this shopping center where they never had before.
Over here is yellow.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, a couple of normal ones.
Yeah. Like that.
They got all this bullshit. What? To track people? I can't make. They got black lights and purple lights all over the place in this shopping center where they never had before.
Over here is yellow.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, a couple of normal ones.
Yeah. Like that.
They got all this bullshit. What? To track people? I can't make. What the hell is this now? They got black lights. It wasn't like this not too long ago. This is right by us. This wasn't like this not too long ago. Now the shopping center's loaded with black lights.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
What the hell is that?
That's not good. Remember to read your veins if you took the quaxines. This is right by us. This wasn't like this not too long ago. Now the shopping center's loaded with black lights. Hey, what's up? It is the 5th of December 2025, or so they tell us. Yeah, you just saw that footage there I took. I was taking Mom to the emergency room tonight because she was feeling very sick. You hear her coughing, but vertigo type feeling, like fluid in the head for the past couple of days. So I took her to the emergency room, but it turned out she was just dehydrated, working too hard on a big Thanksgiving meal last week, and just simply didn't drink enough water, and of course too much sodium from the Thanksgiving meal, which was delicious, by the way. That's just a side note. You saw the shopping center I passed by on the way to the emergency room. That shopping center, that public shopping center, which is not too far from where I live, didn't have purple lights there. As a matter of fact, in this county, I've yet to have seen purple lights up until this point. But lo and behold, an entire shopping center parking lot filled with purple lights that I don't think anybody is actually paying attention to or questioning, as usual, because most people are sheeple. Let's face it. Most people don't question anything. They're order followers. They take their orders from order followers like police, but I digress. Most people don't think to themselves. They don't question anything, which is totally ridiculous, totally retarded, but here we are. So we have some people out there questioning it, like, take for instance, Minutes of Horror. We're going to take a look at his video, but I covered this, and other channels have covered these black lights even more than I have covered it. But the information I came across in 2020, side note, I got my reading glasses and my blue light glasses on. I got two par on right now. Tupac. But I might have to get purple light to block the purple lights, right? Purple lights. What do you think? It looks like it looks like an absolute clown show out there, a freak show, a horror. It's like we're in a horror movie. You see the sheeple still muzzled up to this day, wearing their muzzles, right? Muzzled up, right? To this day, 5 years later, muzzled up at the gym, at the grocery store. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You got these black lights that went up in 2020, and the information I covered back then was because they were looking to, with the Vaxports, total, absolute, 100% surveillance. Instead of just show me your papers, they wanted to see if that luciferase was in your veins. Yeah, because your veins will light up if it has the luciferase. I covered that 5 years ago. Other channels have covered that. Were you paying attention? That's why these lights went up, to see what your veins look like. Did you take the luciferase? And if you didn't, well, they got your number. You walked by the light, they got your number. You're not lighting up like the B system wanted you to. But if you muzzled up and you took your quaxines and your boosters, and your veins are lighting up, you're good to go with the New World Order. You're good to go. Sucks to be you when you take your last breath on Earth, but while you're here, you're good to go. If you took your luciferase, your boosters, you're muzzled up, you're doing exactly what the B system said. I didn't take quaxines. My mom didn't take it. There's quite a few people I bump into in the public sphere that I talk about this, and they say they haven't taken it. So there are a lot of awakened people and people who just didn't go along with the program, but the majority did. And those lights were going up, but we started calling it out when the lights were going up back then, and they said, "Oops-a-daisy, my bad. These are just news reports. These are just defective lights. We'll have to take them down and put in regular lights like we had." They're not defective lights. They're there for a reason. We're about to get into it. So take a look at this. And if you seeing black lights or purple lights going up, you might want to share this information and spread the word of what they're doing to us or trying to do to us. Okay, this is very serious. This looks like a horror. It looks like I'm in a haunted house. I'm driving by a haunted parking lot with fucking damn purple lights there. I call them black lights. Black lights matter. I did a video about that like 4 years ago. The MARTA station, the MARTA train station, on the way to the ATL on Interstate 85. Purple lights. No one's questioning it. If these lights are defective, then they need to replace them. But they're not defective. They're there for a reason. So let's take a look.
Medicine that
Going to get right into today's video.
So you're telling me that these purple streetlights that people are seeing across the country is because all of these lights are going bad? They're saying that there's a coating that comes with these LED lights that causes them to turn white, and without that coating, they turn purple, aka they should be covered by warranty to get replaced. But they're popping up all over the country, and nobody's replacing them. Oh, we have to wait. Oh, we're working on it.
Bullshit.
Literally, if you Google purple streetlights, there's an article from every major city. Here's the Carolinas. Here's Florida. If you have seen these purple lights, please tell me what you think is really going on, because I don't think that they're going bad. It just doesn't make sense
No, they're not going
mathematically
bad.
why they would all go bad at the same time. And even
Well,
though
why-
they're covered by warranty,
It's gonna turn
they're
purple
not
because it's
getting
going
replaced.
bad? No.
It's just fishy.
So last weekend I was driving home with my wife on the Florida Turnpike, and I happened to notice these purple lights. And I've noticed them since 2021, 2020, basically the post C19. And they keep saying it's a manufacturer defect. They're going to go ahead and change them out, and they never do. Matter of fact, I
ain't
see
changing
more of them than ever before.
Yeah.
And around the same spot of the turnpike where I drive under these lights, I feel weird. I don't feel bad. I
Well,
don't
they're
feel
creepy.
good. It's just a weird feeling. And apparently, according to this video and other articles, I'm not the only one.
I really don't want to sound like a crazy person, but when I walked past this light, I felt strange. I still feel kind of weird, and I don't want to sound crazy, but like, what's
That's
the
not
purpose
normal.
of
That
it?
looks like
I
a
know
haunted
maybe you can
house,
see
like
the
a
purple,
murder
but-
So
scene in
I
a haunted
remembered
house.
I made this video right here on my other channel, Seconds of Horror, a few months ago, because the whole purple streetlights was supposed to be an older talking point, yet for whatever reason, news and media were still talking about it as of July 7th, 2025. Matter of fact, you can still find news articles on the topic even as recent as just a few days ago. I'm going to go ahead and play this video clip real quick, then I'm going to go ahead and get into the more recent news articles. So I was browsing this news article right here from clickorlando.com, and I came across this very interesting article, this article that's titled, "Why are there so many purple streetlights in Florida? While the lights are safe, they are being replaced." The article says that by now you've probably spotted at least one streetlight turning a bluish purple hue while walking or driving in the evening, and it goes on to say that no, they're not meant to be that color. While the lights still work as their intended purpose, there is a manufacturer defect that was recently identified according to Duke Energy and Acuity Brands, the maker of the lights. Now that's fine, and Acuity and Duke Energy, they said they're going to go ahead and fix this problem and change the lights, but they never do. And if they do, the lights go right back to being purple again. Take, for example, this person right here who is experiencing this. They said that, "I've seen them in my town for over a year now, the purple lights. They keep adding more and never change them to a non-defective one. At this point, it's nearly 50-50 purple lights to none. No one seems to care." The other thing that makes this suspicious is the fact that there are multiple excuses. For one, they go on to say that it's a manufacturer defect and they will replace these lights. But then on the other hand, they're saying that they are putting up purple lights to stop drug addicts. They go on to say right here, the reasoning behind the blue or purple hued lighting is that it's harder to see superficial veins in these colors of light. Now at first, the purple lights were only placed in public bathrooms for this exact reason, but when it came to the street lights turning purple, the city also gave this reason as well. But going back to the news article I was reading from, the question was asked,
Let me see if I could roll that beautiful bean footage back, because he brought up veins and drug use. Veins and drug use. Let's go back.
are they dangerous? And according to Acuity, the lights don't pose a major threat to drivers. The light output is in no way harmful or unsafe.
Bullshit. That's
As
not
always,
normal
we stand
light
behind the
spectrum.
quality of our products,
This is not
and
normal
we
to
have
look
been
at.
proactively working with customers who have experienced the issue to address any concerns. However, Scientific American reports that purple streetlights may be dimmer and could possibly worsen a driver's ability to see in finer
Of course
detail
it
along
can.
the roadway
Listen,
as human.
you got these creepy ass haunted house fracking black lights, I'm going to call them black lights, on top of it, so that's going to make you not be able to see the road all the more. Then you got these bullshit LED headlights that are designed to cause you to go blind. Seriously, over time. That's why they weaponize these headlights. On top of that, you're driving with these headlights that are LED. When they're on low beam, they're so damn bright. They're brighter than the high beams of the old headlights that we used to have. The low beam on the LED lights is equal to or brighter than the high beam on the older headlights, the ones they phased out. It's weaponized. How many times have you lost the road while you're driving because you're blinded by the light, right? Right? Blinded by light. I've lost the road and had to slow down because I couldn't see anything. I was just blinded by these LED lights, and it pisses me off to no end. It's weaponized. It's weaponized for you to lose the road. It's weaponized for us to eventually go blind. It's not normal what they're doing. This blue light emitted from these computers, it's dangerous too. That causes you to go blind. Notice my vision's gone down over the last 5 years since I've been doing heavy research and videos and stuff like that, and I'm constantly searching for the latest. I'm on the computer. That's why I got these. Well, I need reading glasses. Got those from $1.25 Plus Tree, and got these blue light protecting my eyes from blue light. And that's not from Dollar Tree. I think this was from Walmart. So yeah, this is definitely to fack us up on the road. Also, but it goes even beyond that. But they mentioned veins.
That it's a manufacturer defect and they will replace these lights. But then on the other hand, they're saying that they are putting up purple lights to stop drug addicts. They're going to say right here that
How does that stop drug addicts? Yeah, we'll get back with you. We're going to replace them. Sure, you're going to replace them. You know, it's just like when you see I cover these stories of train wrecks, you know, and spilling chemicals into the environment. Well, we're going to investigate. We'll get right back with you on that. Oopsie daisy, my bad. No, they don't. They don't get back with us. They just throw another shiny object for us to follow. But this is going to try to stop you from drug addicts. How so? How so? Oh, I know this is tied in with mind control, but I think they're up to the old tricks of wanting to see the mind control aspect as well. But who took the luciferase that's in the quack scenes?
the reasoning behind the blue or purple hued lighting is that it's harder to see superficial veins in these colors of light.
Why would you
Now,
want to see any veins? I mean, who's seeing this anyway? So the purple lights are there because when you're in the parking lot at Publix, a druggie might want to start shooting up, but if they could see their own veins with normal parking lot lights or street lights. But if you put purple lights there, they won't be able to see their veins, so they could shoot up. Is that the logic that they're using? What the fuck?
First, the purple lights were only placed in public bathrooms for this exact reason, but when it came to the street lights turning purple, the city also gave this reason as well. But going back to the news article I was reading from, the question was asked, are they dangerous? And according to Acuity, the lights don't pose a major threat to drivers. The light output is in no way harmful or unsafe.
Sure.
As always, we stand behind the quality of our products, and we have been proactively working with customers who have experienced the issue to address any concerns. However, Scientific American reports that purple streetlights may be dimmer and could possibly worsen a driver's ability to see in finer detail along the roadway, as humans naturally lack blue sensitive cones in the center of their retinas. There are people out there that are saying that the purple lights are causing them to have eye strain, but not only that, it's making them feel unwell to the point they believe it's causing some kind of mental health issue. Now, while people in the public are reporting
I want to touch on that real quick. I want to talk about that. I saw a video within the past year saying that they're using, they're putting like these electronic gadgets on top of refrigerators in grocery stores, and it's there, I guess, for surveillance, but it's also there to actually target you, targeted individuals, make you feel sick, make you to make you just not want to go in that store for whatever reason. They're targeting certain individuals wherever they go, and I don't know, but I've noticed that I cannot go in certain places for very long like I used to. I can't go to a grocery store like Kroger, or definitely not Trader Joe's. I can't last more than 30 minutes or so, and I feel like I'm out of it, just like I got the flu when I leave. I go in feeling fine, I come out feeling like I have the flu. Walmart's the same way. I go in, I'm feeling okay. An hour later, I'm feeling like I've been drugged through the mud. Just horrible, horrible. I have to go back home, rest, and drink water and just rest and regather myself. It's just, I feel like, what the hell's going on? It's like I'm okay over here, but then I go over there, and all of a sudden I don't feel good. You know what I mean? Then I saw a video saying that they could target you in grocery stores, other places, just like that, using frequencies. And then you got these lights here that are making people feel off. First of all, they're creepy as all get out. They're just horror movie fucking lights is what they are. They're horror. You put that in a horror house. When I was younger, and this is when I was married, we used to be in the Halloween big time and decorate. Like, my ex-wife used to actually, back then, make 6 foot, 7 foot paper mache monsters. I'm talking about paper mache tree from the floor to the ceiling and a cemetery around it. We did all that. She did a lot of paper mache, but I did other aspects of the decorating, but always using black lights or these purple lights. They're horror. They're a horror show is what it is. What they're doing is they're taking a natural light like the sunlight, right? They're blocking it out. They want to spray it and block that, but then they want to put up Satan's light, make this whole world into a Muppet wearing muzzles, get your Luciferase horror show with all these purple lights. It looks like one big damn haunted house. That's what we're in. That'll cause depression. Don't say it won't. Maybe the yellowish or white type lights that they're using on street lights, street lamps, and parking lots, they might be LED, but at least they're a brighter color. You know, they don't make you feel shitty like these darker, dreary, fucking purple lights. Something big time's going on. But if people are walking by these lights or drive by and not feeling good from those lights, it sounds like they're using frequencies and targeting people. And if they could do that there, they could do that probably anywhere, right? In the stores, target you, make you not feel good, make you feel like you just can't function out there in society. Not everybody, because if everybody felt that way, then cat's out of the bag, genie's out of the bottle. But if it's certain to people, well, other people will say to them, well, you're just making it up, or maybe you're getting old and can't handle going to a grocery store for 30 minutes anymore without feeling shitty. But meanwhile, I could work out at the damn gym doing deadlifts, which I'm going to do tomorrow. 9, 10, 12 plate, 45-pound plates on a sled, pulling and pushing that thing. And if you don't believe me, just watch. I'll show you. And then after that, doing 80-pound dumbbell farmer's carry for laps. And then going cardio up there. I don't feel sick after that. But if I go to certain places, certain stores, I start feeling really horrible. I don't feel like myself. I feel crappy. I start feeling like I have the flu. And then you got people here saying that about these purple lights. They just don't feel like themselves. They feel weird. And we're being fecked with, okay? We're being fact with. Big time.
That are talking about this are saying that there is no scientific evidence to support these claims. The news article I was reading from was published on July 7th, 2025, and while these purple lights have been known for quite some time, again, it just goes to show that more and more people are noticing this, and we're now having very recent news articles on this topic. This news article even goes on to say that there have been recent reports in places like Utah, Texas, Massachusetts, Canada, and even Ireland. So that was back in July, and every year they say they're going to go ahead and fix the lights due to a manufacturer defect,
yeah, right.
And they never do. The same stretch of highway that I drive on, the same lights are still purple. Around other locations where there are purple lights, the lights are still purple for years. Matter of fact, reading this article that came out 2 months ago in September, it says, and we're still talking about Florida, because as you're going to go ahead and see, it's happening all across the United States, not just in Florida. It has become a familiar sight on Central Florida roads, purple streetlights illuminating the skies, very strange, very weird, one driver stated. And while all the agencies and utility companies, because people are complaining, because they are saying that, again, it's making them feel weird, feel off driving under it, They are saying that it's not a safety issue, and people are saying that it's not just a Central Florida issue, but they're also noticing it in South Florida. It's not just a highway issue, they're noticing it in the streets. Matter of fact, it's not just a
That's
Florida
not normal,
issue,
man.
but people in many different states are reporting these purple lights as well. Now, from this most recent article coming out of New York, this was published on November 22nd, road lights turn purple in New York, experts finally reveal what's behind the strange phenomenon. The article continues to say, imagine you are headed home from a night out in Queens or driving through Manhattan late at night. There's darkness where there should typically be a familiar street glow. Everything is now violet. Your t-shirt looks
This is
weird,
just
the
wicked,
pavement
man.
seems strange,
This
and
is
you think,
wicked.
whoa,
This is
what the
evil.
heck? That's what many in New York City experience as
This is
these
evil.
unusual street lamps take over. And as the article says, and as other people are saying, it's making them feel off. The color feels off, and not only that, they
You think? You think? The color feels off. Of course it's off. This is a horror show. Everything they're doing, they're destroying our cattle, they're destroying our food supply, and replacing it, want us to eat the bugs. They want you to eat the lab meat. They're spraying the skies, blocking out that giant white floodlight that used to be golden, right? And they're terraforming the earth, and they want us to eat synthetic this, synthetic that. They want us to be synthetic. They want us to mesh with damn technology, like iron and clay. And just everything that God gave us, they're destroying, and they want to replace it with the devil's. They want to turn us into the devil's sanctuary, the devil's world. Everything. And these lights right here, if this doesn't give you a wake-up call, actually putting haunted house lights that are capable of surveillancing, and they will and do, and also making you feel off. Mind control. If this doesn't wake you up, I don't know what will.
find it disorienting. It's doing something to their brain.
Disorienting,
Matter
see?
of fact, I'm going to go
Disorienting.
ahead and explain why, after I finish reading the
People
rest of
feel
this
disoriented
article,
from it.
we should be taking these claims very seriously. The article goes on to say what started in New York City.
Yeah, it's right here in my town. Right here in my town, a fucking commercial, right?
I want to buy your
Spreading across the entire nation. The point here is that although we are distinctly focused on New York, the same road
It's
lights
in my
purple
county
issue
now,
has
whole
now
damn parking
occurred
lot.
throughout the rest of the country, just like the unexpected blue light implementation stunning drivers. Cities in Massachusetts,
light of the
Florida,
dead,
Utah,
purple.
Wisconsin, and more have also experienced the same shift,
evil.
emphasizing this is not a New York issue, but rather part of a
Stunning
larger trend
drivers.
across
Look at
the
this.
United States.
Stunning
and no matter
drivers.
the state, no
The
matter
blue
the
light
year,
with
the
this,
excuse is always the
purple
same.
light.
It's just a manufacturer defect, bro.
It's not a defect,
This is
man.
not accidental. This is not just a defect. This is intentional, and I'm going to go ahead and explain as to why.
Do you know
While
that
this-
I came across, and you probably seen the same thing, bitch shoot, about these LED lights. It's not to save energy. That they actually, I think it was called Li-Fi, that it hooks up to the internet, and they could surveillance you with all these LED lights that are in your house or wherever you are with these LED lights. They could see you, just like your router can map you out of where you are in your house. It'll be a shadow form, but they could see where you are. Same thing with these LED lights, and not only that they could actually beam down with these LED lights information or whatever, data or something like that, and they could. I think they can even read your mind. I came across video. Don't quote me, but folks out there, these LED lights are bad news. All this shit's bad news. I did a video last night about smartphones that they are listening to you 24/7. They're watching you. I'll put together that video tomorrow if I can. Today was so topsy-turvy. I'm lucky to do this. Also, I want to go address the Muslim, the invasions, these NWO, corrupt NWO order follow cops, the whole 9 yards. So give me some time, but I'm gonna do it. But when I saw the fucking black lights or purple lights just down the road, about 5 miles, like, you JK me? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? And nobody's questioning it. Nobody's questioning this. No one? Not even nobody. Seriously? Well, you got a couple of people around here that are questioning that shit. It's evil, it's wicked. Continue on.
being reported in more and more locations, and there are even some people saying they're having mental health issues.
Mental
because of
health
these
issues
lights.
from that.
We have to
Of
remember
course.
there were articles back in
Spooky
2020,
purple color.
like this article right here from
Mind
Interesting
control through
Engineering.
light, the
Mind
emerging-
control through light, the emerging world of optogenetics. This article and other articles talking about this are basically saying that certain lights are being used by scientists and researchers to mind control mice, and just look at the light they
Where
are
are the
using.
mice? Where are the
Whatever
lab
they're
rats?
testing on the mice, make no mistake about it, they're going to be doing to the humans. Now, when it comes to the bluish purple lights being used on the mice, it basically activates their predatory instincts, making them violent. The reason why they're doing this, or in their own words anyway, reading this right here, it says, "The scientific technique could bring us into a future where all this is possible. This novel way of quote-unquote mind control could be used to treat aging-related brain conditions such as..."
Of course, it's to promote our health, our mental health, our physical well-being, right? Purple lights everywhere you go. This is used for your health. Maybe it could help out Grandpa who has certain onset of Parkinson's or Alzheimer. Bullshit. They're not going to use this to help you out, help us out. This is mind control. He just said it caused the mice to be violent. Now, I got a question. We've seen an uptick in violence over recent years, right? How do you know your behavior is your own? How do you know you're not being influenced by these frequencies to cause you to do that, to cause you to feel anxiety? Of course you are in the anxiety, but to cause you to do something you wouldn't ordinarily do. And you're feeling off, and you're feeling like, why do I feel this anger? Why do I feel this? How do we know we're all not being manipulated? How do we know that a lot of these violent acts are not caused by them controlling people with these frequencies, with this technology, this wicked fallen technology? How do you know? But then you get caught, you did something you wouldn't ordinarily do because they're using all this weaponry on you. And then your life, you're in trouble. Now all of a sudden you're in jail. How do we know? How do we know how many damn crimes are legit, that the person legitimately did it, or was he somehow externally influenced and controlled to do it? How do you know? You don't know. Maybe Lou Ferrigno knows, but I digress.
Alzheimer's or Parkinson's disease, it could be used to treat blindness, treat heart abnormalities,
Bullshit, ain't here to help
and
us.
even psychiatric
Nothing they do is here
diseases.
to help us.
Promises that parallel some of the same claims of Elon Musk's Neuralink project. So this is what they do. This is what
That's
they
another
always do. They always tell you what they're doing up front, but they always spin it in a positive way where it makes you feel like what they're doing will benefit you
It won't.
when it's anything
Like
but.
the devil
This
horns
sounds
coming
like
out
to
of
me
the mouth,
anyway
yeah.
another version of MK Ultra mind control.
See how the control.
Now I thought this was old news. I thought this whole purple bluish streetlights thing was going away, but apparently not. More and more people are noticing this up until this very month. What is even more interesting is that outside of streetlights, there are even Google patents that
Nervous
show how
system manipulation.
TVs and computer monitors, the frequencies they emit,
TVs and
are
computer
having
monitors.
a certain psychological effect on humans, and this has been observed. Now, while this patent doesn't directly mention the blue light, this Dr. Jack Cruz talks about how the blue light emitted from TVs and computer monitors are basically a form of MK Ultra. This basically goes hand in hand with these streetlights.
You may have heard of this program called MK Ultra. They go and hire a PhD researcher named Delgado, and they start putting wires into the bull's head to find out, can they stop and control the bull using electric signals? Why? Because they already have started to learn about Becker's work. So now this is the idea. Now they're trying to execute. They're trying to use this as a weapon. So they said, okay, you could do it with wired technology, and they were able to turn the bull off as soon as he was going to spear the matador. They said, let's try to do this wireless. Why? They had all the patents and everything they stole from Tesla. They also had all Marconi's work. So Delgado finds out that actually it does work. You can do it without wires. You don't have to do brain surgery on the animal to do it. The next step was, could you do this using light and light alone? And it turns out they found out you could. If you use blue light specifically, it actually destroys the dopamine reward tracks in your brain. Just so you know, Meta and Google today own those patents. Google was formed in 1995 when DARPA gave the search algorithm to these two cats from Stanford. They basically then figure out and perfect the delivery of blue light technology through screens. Who is the big tech company in the 1950s and 60s that were doing this? Turns out that's IBM. And IBM is working on liquid crystalline displays. And I remember, this is in the 50s and 60s. You as a young man never saw those TVs until the 90s. Okay? And then it got a boost from who? Obama, who made the analog to digital transition so that you'd have to use what? LCD screens. And then what else did he do? We're going to ban incandescent bulbs. Why? Because incandescent bulbs not only have fake blue light, but they also have purple and red, which is what you need as the antidote to blue. Why is it that every tech company has blue lit screens? I'm going to tell you the reason.
Remember
why.
Blu-ray?
That's how
Blu-ray?
Doppel
Remember
wants
that?
it. They want you to be very addicted to the technology, so it's sticky. That way you can be programmed further.
But talking about the blue light, because we're talking about the purple LED lights, the street lights, there's also blue LED street lights as well. Now, California, they did not use the manufacturer defect
Making
excuse,
life harder
nothing
for
like that.
nocturnal animals.
And doctors, they actually spoke out against these blue lights.
Top doctors in the country are out with an unusual warning tonight about those new street lights that we're seeing more and more of. Andrea Borba on the concern the lights could be giving off an unhealthy glow.
These LED street lamps going up all over the Bay Area and the country were hailed as the wave of the future, energy efficient, brighter, giving everything a truer color. Even yours truly in this story from 2014. But now the American Medical Association says the technological lighting advances are bad for your health. The problem comes down to color. The old sodium lights throw off a yellow light. The new LED bulbs, blue.
So that would be a problem because anyone who's out at night and would be exposed to the blue light might make it very difficult for them to fall asleep, even without a sleep disorder such as insomnia.
I want to add this before I forget. It just came to my mind. When I was inside the hospital talking about can they use frequencies to target you, make you feel crappy, not long, as soon as I got inside the hospital tonight, I started feeling bad. Like I felt like I was shutting down. Seriously, I was like this. Eventually, I was like this. Just not feeling good, drained. Just not feeling good. Just feeling totally drained. Now you could attribute that because I hadn't eaten in a long time. It was like 6 or 7 hours. And, we've been busy. That could be part of it, but I don't think so. Here's why. I went outside to get some fresh chemtrailed air. It was cool outside, chilly, but it was very welcoming, right? I went outside to get the fresh chemtrailed air, and I went to my car. I did bring a snack with me, so I had that, but it was late. It was like 9:30 at night, so like 6 hours passed before I ate anything. But even so, I started immediately feeling better once I got outside. Riddle me that. Why? I didn't eat anything as soon as I got outside. I could have went 10 more minutes, 10, 15, 20. I could have went a while longer without eating anything. Once I got outside, I started feeling better. But inside that hospital, it just got to me where I started feeling sick and shutting down the drain. And I'm watching people working, doing everything, just standing there. I'm watching people act no big whoop. They're there for an hour. They're there for hours. They're okay. They're good to go. But I started feeling really shitty. It's not in my mind either. Because there's a lot of places I go to. I don't want to feel that way anywhere I go. I want to feel invincible. But I don't. I feel like my soul's being sucked out of me in certain places. And also when I'm around a lot of people. I noticed that over the last few years. When I'm around people or around people too long, I just start feeling totally like I have to go to the wilderness and just get away. I don't know, man.
Clete Kushida is the medical director at Stanford Sleep Medicine Center. He says blue lights everywhere could turn us into a nation of sleepless zombies.
And the way it affects sleep is that it suppresses melatonin
So it affects sleep.
secretion. And the melatonin is important because it's one of the key hormones for helping to initiate sleep.
Apple recently introduced the night shift feature. It reduces the amount of blue light that iPhones emit
I use it
at
on my
night.
laptop.
Now screens turn a bit warmer. Dr. Kushida says the shade of the light is
Why couldn't they have it that way all the time?
If a lot of the lights at night were replaced by blue wavelength light and of high intensity, that can cause individuals to have difficulty falling asleep.
Andrea Borba, KPIX5.
And I do find it interesting how Family Guy had spoken about the purple light. And we know that media, no matter the media, especially The Simpsons, like to give us the truth in plain sight.
So UV radiation can effectively control a cave's harmful microorganisms while being less toxic to cave dwellers such as birds and reptiles. Thank you.
So these purple lights are something we should still be talking about today. There are those out there that do not want to talk about it because, one, they believe either it's a quote-unquote conspiracy theory and it's just a manufacturer defect, or two, they believe that it's just an older topic. But these lights are still popping up everywhere. But this video from O'Day CTF is downright terrifying. If he can do this with an LED light bulb, what do you think these so-called powers that be can do?
This light bulb can monitor your Wi-Fi network and steal your password. Check this out. Now I'm going to put this bulb inside of a regular lamp. And it turns on like a regular bulb. As soon as the bulb receives power, it creates a Wi-Fi network that I can connect to. And here's the panel. I can choose from other Wi-Fi networks. I'm going to choose my own, select the monitor option, and now we have a bunch of what appears to be random data. I can download this file and I'll show you what that can do. There are many things you can do with this bulb, including determining if someone is home with Bluetooth Low Energy, cracking your Wi-Fi password, or in my case, showing an insecure camera stream that runs over HTTP. I extracted the PCAP file into a tool called Wireshark, and now you see there's frames. Don't get intimidated. Watch what happens next. Constructing all them frames from Wireshark now shows a live view of my backyard because the camera is transferring over HTTP. The creator of this light bulb is named Peaks, a good friend of mine. I'll be linking him in the description or comments. Stay safe and check your light bulbs.
Can't pay attention and can't focus, and they are being impacted by the fluorescent bulbs, which are in the school, and then they are diagnosed with ADD and ADHD.
Wow,
which is
fluorescent bulbs in the school causing ADD. Then they put you on medications. This is evil, man.
Over the fluorescent bulbs, the children could focus again. Isn't it interesting how they banned lead? Remember that whole thing? Got to get rid of the lead? Well, that lead actually blocks the rays which are messing with the health from the fluorescent bulbs. So if he shielded the bulbs, people could actually focus again and kids could pay attention again. So when you think about a lot of the stuff that we're not paying attention to, light is actually messing with our minds or healing our minds. And he showed that when fluorescent bulbs were exposed to children, they couldn't pay attention. Now think of what LEDs are doing, because LEDs are even worse than fluorescent because of the radio frequencies and their streetlights. As somebody just commented below, I can't stand fluorescents and LEDs, it's fake and gives me headaches. Yep. That's exactly what it is.
So today we're going to talk about the administration's ban on incandescent bulbs and halogen bulbs starting August 1st, 2023. I think this is really important, right? We've had these bulbs since the dawn of time, basically since the 1900s. They're very soothing, they're very relaxing. If you like to read a book, you just turn on a lamp with the incandescent and you can read that book just fine. But these LED bulbs, on the other hand, in which they want to have in every home, can actually cause anxiety and restlessness. They can mess with your melatonin levels inside your brain. They're actually linked to blindness, which is crazy when you get into the studies. They also flicker like crazy, and they also emit microwave radiation. That's what they want to bring into our home. LED bulbs that are emitting microwave radiation. On top of that, when you get really weird, you get into the smart bulbs. The smart bulbs can actually sync up to your phone, sync up to your Alexa, sync up to your stove, to your fridge, to all your devices in which they can use to monitor you. It gets real weird with these bulbs, that's for sure. And there's actually a little hidden clause in which when you buy these new LED smart bulbs that you agree to give all your information to Google, to Microsoft, and all the other corporations as soon as you buy the bulb and install it into your home. So it's important to be aware of this on all these different topics related to LEDs and why you should stock up on incandescents and halogens before August 1st.
Those two videos came from Cultivate Elevate. Now, while the incandescent light bulb was banned in 2023, it was reversed. But the thing is, you can no longer buy incandescent light bulbs for general use. And it kind of reminds me of the bell, how the bell had all these healing properties, and maybe the incandescent light bulb had something like that as well.
Oh, I believe it did.
And the LED light bulb was its replacement to cause all these harmful effects.
Scientists want to use people as antennas to power 6G. The future of 6G telecommunications could come from visible light communication. Researchers at the University of Massachusetts Amherst believe using humans as part of the antenna system offers the most efficient way to harvest waste energy. In the process, humans could wear coiled copper We don't yet know exactly how 6G wireless technology is going to work, but researchers at the University of Massachusetts Amherst believe using humans as antennas to power 6G may be the most viable way to harvest additional energy that would otherwise get wasted. So
And
what
don't forget, they want us to not have cell phones by 2030. They want the cell phones and everything else inside us. We will be the cell phone, and we will be everything she's saying. That's their plan anyway.
Visible light
Needs the bugs.
communication? It's basically a wireless version of fiber optics that uses flashes of light to transmit information. In the new study, scientists found that humans can play a crucial role in making VLC more efficient by using their bodies as a carrier for coiled copper to catch waste energy from the VLC. VLC is quite simple and interesting. Instead of using radio signals to send information wirelessly, it uses the light from LEDs that can turn on and off up to 1 million times per second. LED bulbs can then transmit data, and anything with a camera or smartphones, tablets, or laptops could be the receiver. The downside of VLC comes from a high rate of leakage of energy with the emitting of side-channel radio wave signals. The researchers believe that if they can harvest the wasted radio frequency energy, they can put it to good use by powering small electronic devices. Where have we seen this at before? Oh yeah, this patent. Remember this one? Remember, it uses human body activity associated with the task provided to a user may be used in mining process of cryptocurrency system. Remember, the cryptocurrency system communicatively coupled to the device of the user may verify if the body activity data satisfies one or more conditions set by the cryptocurrency system and award cryptocurrency. Remember, you get paid if you're a good little person. And how are they going to do this? Well, the thing that's going to go into this will emit energy. Do y'all see how this is all going to work together in the Internet of Bodies? You know in the movie The Matrix where they used the energy from humans? Any form of energy they're trying to get rid of right now because this will be what we use.
That great video came from Itty Bitty Terror 2, and I wouldn't doubt one bit that these blue lights are connected to the 5G, the 6G towers, and they are also collecting data. Now, just as we saw in the previous video, that man designed the light bulb to do just that. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like.
Like I said, that channel's Minutes of Horror. He does very good work. I appreciate all these channels that are able to put and have the time to put all this together. I do. And I'd like to also add my experience with this stuff also, and put in my 2 cents. And the main goal is to spread the word. Alright? I took my precious time after 3 hours at the emergency room on top of all the other stuff that I felt behind in to do this, because this is very important. Right now I'm uploading that proof artificial intelligence is demonic. It's from the devil, just like these black lights, just like Elite Z bugs, just like everything else they're doing, blocking us out the sun simulator, whatever the hell it is, that giant white floodlight out there that used to be golden. They're spraying us like bugs. They want us to eat Z bugs. You know the drill. Spread the word, because we don't have a whole lot of time. They have an agenda to fulfill, and if they have the actual audacity to put up, are you kidding me? Put up black lights or purple lights, or what do you want to call them? These satanic lights, these evil lights in a parking lot near you, because they know that most people are sheeple and they're asleep. They don't care. They're dumbed down. They're muzzled up. And they're too damn stupid. That's what they think of us, you, everyone, to question what they're doing. Well, that's going to make them brazen enough to do it. And that's what I showed you at the beginning of the video. And that's what this video is about. Mind control. Make you feel sick. Make you feel out of sorts. Collect data. You know what gets me? I'm not talking about BitChute, because I know it's a smaller platform and it reaches who can. But what gets me is that these videos like this, oftentimes from smaller channels such as myself, they'll get shadow banned, they'll get pushed down, and whoever sees it, well, if you know, you know, and the rest are going to be trolls who just don't give a damn. Most people just won't give a damn. They won't, or this just won't reach a lot of people because it's shadow banned. That's what's shitty about all this. Because you got bigger channels like this that reach me, but I'm trying to use the information that I get from this to reach other people. And well, all I can say is I've done my part. All right, I've spent my time to do this because it's very important. Black lives matter to the New World Order, and they want to shine this demonic spectrum on all of us. It's sickening. It makes me sick where we're at, and it pisses me off at the same time. It should piss you off too. You got death towers, cell towers, all cell towers, right? Cells in your body. You got cell towers everywhere. They could turn up the damn juice on these cell towers and just pretty much quote unquote nuke a town, make it look like some kind of attack or whatever. Oh my God, the whole town just went up into flames or something. You know, it's not just for, or it might not even be for communication, because I'm not buying it that cell towers are for our cellular devices for communication. I'll leave it at that. That's what I got for you guys. Just if you got any information on people going to stores and feeling sick and feeling certain ways like targeted individuals, let me know if there's anything, because I know there's got to be information out there. I just haven't found concrete information. I could listen to a channel talk about it and make sense, but I want some concrete information. If your TV can control you, right, with their they have the patent for that. There's a patent for that, right? I used to say that a while back. There's a patent for that, and using frequencies and all that. I'm sure that they can use that technology wherever you go, and just because everything's connected, as you can see, and they want us to be the internet of bodies, which the sheeple, MAC addresses, UJK me. I'm gonna leave it right there. It's late. I am oot.